best and most flames-friendly coffee comes from Ironclad Coffee Roasters. Ironclad roasts and serves up their beautiful beans at 2 cafes in Richmond, but you can enjoy their crafted roasted specialty beans from anywhere in the country by visiting www.ironcladcoffee.com. Place your order there and it'll be roasted to your order and shipped out directly to your doorstep.
Whenever you find yourself in the Commonwealth, pay them a visit at their 2 cafes in the Richmond area. Ironclad's owners, the O'Rourke family, are proud Flames Club members and are pleased to sponsor these podcasts by Sea Red. Hop on over to their website at www.ironcladcoffee.com now to get Virginia's best specialty coffee headed your way.
All right, thanks as always to Ironclad Coffee. We gotta make a trip down to Richmond, Will, and get some beans.
Yeah, I'm sitting here with my my K cups here. I'd rather have some Ironclad, I think.
Yeah, we need to have Chad, find a way to send us some. So we got to get on that. All right, let's update you on our picks of last week. We all had a great week. Everyone was above 500. Richie was the only one who wasn't 6-3, but still absolutely leading the way at 48, 35, and 6. We had 2 pushes last week, so that was surprising. So Mr. Longshots could not join us this weekend, but of course he found a way to send us his picks.
All right, Liberty basketball fans, Richie Longshots here, and if you are watching or listening to this, it means one of 2 things have happened. Either A, I am still at my in-laws' house for dinner, or B, I have been suspended for something I said on social media. Both things equally possible. Now, as you can see, I have the best record on this podcast when it comes to picking college basketball games. 6-4 last week, and it should have been a little bit better, but Liberty basketball has caught the disorder that Liberty football had at not being able to cover point spreads as the favorite. But I digress, and I only have 3 minutes, and Nick runs a tight ship. So, kicking things off, the out-of-conference games. Purdue -3 against Michigan State. This game stinks. I hate both teams, but Purdue 4-1 in their last 5 against the spread against Michigan State. Give me the Boilermakers. Kansas State +1 at home against Kansas. The game is at Manhattan. Tough place to play in the Little Apple. K-State is 8-4 against the spread at home, while Kansas only 3-3 on the road against the spread. UVA against Virginia Tech. UVA giving 7 points. Tech's trending downwards. They're 0-5 in their last 5 against the spread. I think UVA rolls this game very much so. Richmond playing against VCU. Richmond 7-3 at home against the spread. ESPN, their insider numbers love Richmond. I love Richmond in this game. Shocked that the spread's only -2. Definitely going to hammer Richmond. And last but not least, UCLA and Arizona. I hate this game so much. I loved UCLA so much that I switched it. I'm fading myself. I'm going the other way. Give me Arizona. It's going to be an ugly game. 2 o'clock tip, 11 a.m. out west. So hate that game, but give me Arizona. Now, in ASUN play, Stetson -3. They're coming off against a tough loss at Elon. K-State, they're now kicking off a road weekend. I like Stetson -3 there. Liberty -4 in their opening game this week. I think they win by 4. They're showing that they can cover shorter spreads. It's those big numbers, high teens in the 20s that make it difficult. I can't read my own handwriting. All right, Eastern Kentucky, Lipscomb. I think it's a close game. Give me the points in this situation, so give me EKU on the road. They've shown that they are a team that you cannot mess with. Next up, Florida Gulf Coast. This is a fade case, Kennesaw State weekend. Florida Gulf Coast back at home after a road trip. I think they right the ship. And last but not least, we have Jacksonville -4 against Queens. They've played a tough schedule. Queens has played some cupcakes, and I just think Jacksonville should have no issue. And then last but not least, Liberty, both ways, every which way this weekend. I think we are just humming right now, and I like where this team is at. So, Richie Longshots, check it out. Remember, bet responsibly, don't be an idiot, and hopefully we can keep this train rolling.
Don't be an idiot.
Wise words.
Life advice always works. I'm not going to run through all these, but I do want to run through the ASUN games, non-Liberty, and then we'll close talking about what Liberty's got coming up. So Kennesaw State at Stetson, Thursday night. This is a awesome matchup. I wish they staggered these games so we could watch both of them, but I'll be keeping my eye on this one. I had a really tough time picking this. I went with Stetson just because they're at home. This is a game that I'm very interested to see what the result, because I could see Stetson coming in there and getting a win. I could see Kennesaw State winning this by 15. I could really see it going either way.
Yeah, don't have any money at stake here or anything. I think Stetson, maybe even surprised himself with their start that they come off. I think Kennesaw State is hungry to prove something. I really like Kennesaw State.
Yeah, and I tweeted about it earlier in the week. Stetson has just dramatically improved their offense. They're 52nd in the country in offense efficiency. They were way in the 200s the 3 years that Donnie Jones has been at Stetson. So I don't really know what they're doing, but they have completely flipped the script. I think maybe a little bit of addition by subtraction. They had some players that put up some points, but didn't really do it very efficiently. So yeah, that's it. Those are two very interesting teams that I wouldn't be shocked if one of them is playing Liberty in the ASUN final, but that's well ahead.
Yeah.
The other one here, EKU at Lipscomb. I faded Lipscomb all year. EKU is so hot. That's why I went with Lipscomb. I just feel like Lipscomb at home. I feel like EKU's got to have a letdown game here, and these last 3 games was they played as well as you could play. They've all been at home. So if EKU goes and wins at Lipscomb and then wins it, I think they play Austin P on Saturday. Hey, I'm really gonna be an EKU believer, but let's see what they do on the road this week.
Either to me, it's a coin flip on this one. I don't know. I would probably lean towards Eastern Kentucky just because of kind of how hot they've been. I think a win over Liberty probably boosted their confidence a whole lot.
Yeah. Then Saturday we got Kennesaw at FGCU. In real life, I have lost 3 straight bets to FGCU, so that's why I'm going with Kennesaw. FGCU has been my kryptonite. I have not been able to pick them at all. So I think Kennesaw. I'm a Kennesaw believer. I think they go on the road and I get it done after a tough losses. That's about how about Kennesaw's week at Stetson and at Florida Gulf Coast?
Yeah, tough week. I don't think I'm not ready to say Florida Gulf Coast started out as a little bit of fool's gold. I still think they're a really good team. I think maybe they're just kind of going through like a weird time. But I could see Kennesaw State going in there and just being that ready and that good to knock them off. As maybe they look a little bit vulnerable right now.
Yeah, I agree with you. If FGCU is at full strength, they're missing Zach Anderson these last 2 games, and if you've watched them, he is a just dynamic player that does so many things well. A little different type player, but kind of like a Joseph Van Zandt that just does every little thing right, and it adds up. I still think I would take anyone else, and if you're talking Liberty in the ASUN championship, I would take anyone else over FGCU. I don't care how bad they've been playing. I just think that's the one team in this conference that I think Liberty could play a pretty good game and lose to. I think anyone else, Liberty's got to play a bad game. And then we all were on Jacksonville at home against Queens. It's just they're at home. That they play such great defense. That's why we went that way.